we go up to this place, and what's like the most uncomfortable thing that could happen? And we've been called Barbarian's hornier sibling, which to me is the best compliment. I'm like, I love being the hornier sibling. Like, thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for taking the time today.
Of course, thank you for coming.
Yeah, so last year at Fantastic Fest, I saw this movie and I championed it to literally anyone who would listen to me. But for you guys, how does it feel that this is finally coming out for everybody to see?
Very exciting.
So exciting.
It's so
crazy
exciting.
the response that it's getting. It's like the little engine that could. I mean, we shot this in 18 days. And it was like fast and dirty and wild.
And wet.
And wet. It was, yeah. And so it's incredible that like people are excited about it.
Yeah.
And it's thanks to people like you that have been championing it for all
Yeah,
this time.
thank you.
Listen, of course. I told everyone who would listen to me there, I was like, go see the second screening, go see, you're not gonna regret it. And then so many people like DM me after and were like, I went and saw Bone Lake and like, you were right. It was amazing. I was like,
Awesome.
thank you. I told you. So I'm so excited for like a wider audience to get to see it. I feel like this is absolutely 100% a theater movie because it is crazy, as you guys know. Would you agree? And what would you say to people to encourage them to go to the theater and see it on the big screen?
Oh, the collective experience is just the best. We watched it in Fantastic Fest as well, and it was like it was a different movie. It's just so much better when you have all, because the film is so crazy and absurd that when you have the reactions, you're like, okay, I'm not alone on this. Like, what?
You need support.
You need support.
Yeah.
You need support.
Just being, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Just being around so many people having these reactions and audible reactions, it's so entertaining. It's so electric. You want to be part of that, whether you go alone or with a group of friends or, a first date, like Marco keeps saying. Like,
Yes.
just
First
go.
date. Isn't it amazing?
That would be a wild first
You
date.
just take it on a first date and you test. It's like, what would you do in that situation? And boom, you got an answer.
Yeah.
That's good. You know what you're in for.
Exactly.
You know to run or to stay put in a
Exactly.
relationship, I guess. That's hilarious. I will say between this and like Barbarian, I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to an Airbnb ever again in my life.
Yeah.
What do you guys think it is about like an Airbnb that does have this like terrifying side of you really don't know what's there?
You know, it's interesting. You're staying in somebody else's home, So there's this element where you're already like, am I supposed to be here? You know what I mean? Like when it's somebody's proper home. A lot of these places are like, they're just for renting
Rentals,
out for Airbnb. But sometimes you're in somebody's home with like their pictures and, and you're like, there's something about it where you're like, I'm not really supposed to be here, Yeah, that's my answer. It's not fully thought out, but
It was great.
thank you.
It was great.
It does.
Do you have
It does
anything?
seem to be a genre of film that is kind of popping up now because most people have stayed at an Airbnb at some point, and it is, as you're saying, it's strange to be in someone else's
And
house.
things happened,
Things
it's
do
not like we're
happen.
just creating this. There's
Yeah.
these crazy stories that we've seen or heard on about Airbnb's rentals and situations and camera hidden and a lot of creepy stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just fun to play with that.
Yeah. Ugh. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I fully have not stayed in an Airbnb in the last year. I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Really?
I think I haven't. Yeah. I'm like, I'll stay somewhere else.
You gotta
in a
dip your
hotel.
toe back in.
I maybe.
Yeah, it's like a relationship. You just gotta read the red flags.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. Right.
It's all about trust, baby.
Yeah. Like, what would you guys do if you showed up at an Airbnb and there was another couple there?
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's the right
Immediately, but
response.
there's no chance. I'm great at running.
Yeah.
I run.
Yeah.
You'd run?
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't you just turn your car around?
But here's the question. Because you both have equal rights to this Airbnb, do you say we're staying or are you like, you guys take it?
I think being that I'm in this film, so I know what could happen, I would just, you know what?
Give it.
You can stay,
You
yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
I'll find someone else, someplace else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and luckily the movie's kind of heightened reality, so it's like we have some leniency there, but it's this huge house, so it's like you can see why you just be like, okay, you can be on one side of the house, we can be on another side of the house.
And they really seem decent people. It's not like,
Yeah.
right? Just
Yeah.
like at first sight, just like, okay, they're kind of cute.
I didn't want to stay.
It's all my fault. It's
I
all
mean,
Diego's fault.
I
A
just
little
know that
bit.
Sage didn't want to stay. That's all I
I
know.
think we
That's
wanted
true.
to say.
I'm not saying whose
I
fault
think
it
we wanted
is.
to stay.
Yeah.
Well, but who betrays in the end? Because we all know that Diego didn't for sure. But do we know?
Do we?
Do we know that Sage
we know
did
that?
it? Or do we know?
And this
So-
is like it
There's
plays
some-
on.
yeah.
Yeah, it plays on that idea too. Just the idea of trust, which is a really scary concept ultimately.
Yeah, oh,
you know,
100%.
really trusting another human being is difficult.
Yeah, I do. I want to talk about the dynamics between all of you are so great. But going into this, you say shot in 17 days, which is
18.
18 days, which is wild. Did you guys have time to prep like as couples, who you were as a couple before you went in, or did you not really have time to
We
work
did
on
a
that?
little bit. You guys didn't. I like your cute thing. You
Yeah, they have a better story than us.
Yeah, I mean, you guys rolling around on the floor together is pretty good.
Andra
story.
took him to dinner. She brought her clipboard. She brought her notes. She
I didn't
put
bring
her
a
little
clipboard.
glasses on, and she said, "Sit down, young man." And she asked him questions.
The
That's
clip-
how
It
in
was
my mind it
we
plays.
got
Yeah,
Korean
that was
barbecue,
the-
so
even
it was
better.
being grilled in
It's
front of
very
us. And I'm like,
sexy.
all right, Alex, listen up. Okay, so I got 20 questions.
Listen up.
and it was on her notes on her phone, so it wasn't, it wasn't a clipboard.
Right.
But intermittently there was also flames happening at this restaurant too, so that kind of that eased the situation. But it was cool. There was a bunch of questions on why we're doing what we're doing, because ultimately I don't think it's a spoiler to say that our characters really kind of have fun messing with their relationship. And so we kind of wanted to get into the bones of why they...
The bones.
The bones.
Oh,
The
that's
bones.
They have such a better story
And
than
speak
us.
the
We
same
just
language.
rolled on the floor.
I think that helped
together.
us.
That's fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't need. We can communicate 1,000 words.
Oh, yeah.
In just one look.
Exactly, but the couple wasn't communicating, so we didn't need to communicate.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the easy part was like,
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah.
not communicating.
I don't know
It's like,
her.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with you, so...
Yeah.
When you guys got the script so something you can talk about, is there a scene you were like, I cannot wait to film this, or is like it a spoiler? what
I
you were
love where I
thinking?
talk to his penis.
That's not a spoiler, that's true.
I wouldn't say
She
that's a
talks to my
spoiler,
penis.
no.
I
She
cut
talks to
your
my
question
penis.
off. I'm sorry.
No, that was all I was gonna say. Is there
I was
something
so
you were-
excited to say that. But really, when I read it, I was like, this is so real. Like you do when you're in a long-term
do?
relationship. No. No.
God.
But when you're in a long-term relationship, you're so comfortable with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
it's true. Yeah, it's true.
nothing's off
Yeah.
limits.
Did you do the little voice?
No, I don't do that in my life.
Okay, good.
Yes.
For me, I think the most absurd scene is the proposal. There is a proposal that happens, and it's wild. It's wild, and it was a scene that I read, and I was like, I don't know how to do this, like for real. Like who would stay in a situation like this? So yeah, but Alex was amazing in that scene.
absolutely.
He saved me actually.
Well, yeah, it was. That's
You're so
equally.
convincing.
There was a difficult thing of like, how do we make that work where he actually
Yeah.
comes back? Yeah, he just really puts the tears on and stuff. You have to see it to know. But yeah, a lot of manipulation going on for sure.
You guys are gorgeous. Can I just say?
Right?
As
So
are
beautiful.
you guys.
I've been looking forward all day, and so I don't see that. And so when I
Yeah.
look back, it's
You're like,
very shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, this is what it makes sense.
Stunning.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, we stayed. We stayed.
Right.
Of course.
Exactly. How about for you? Did you have a scene that you were excited to film? That you can talk about? It's hard.
I think anything to do with water, because I don't know how to swim.
That was wild.
And you were in the water all the time.
I'm in the water for a good chunk of the
Forgot about that.
Remember?
And so
Yeah.
now I look back and I'm like, oh, I was excited to do all that. First it was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
But now I look back and I'm like, yeah, I did that. I took a swim lesson.
I would be terrified to do.
Have you been swimming since?
No.
No.
Dang.
I took a swim lesson last year with 30 screaming toddlers, so that was very humbling.
You're
good.
so brave.
Thank you.
I love it.
Remember also all the choreography, the fight scenes that Andra was all the
Yeah.
time. Can we do it again? Can
Yeah.
we rehearse? And we're like,
Yeah.
Andra, you got this.
Yeah.
No,
But she's a studier. She's studying.
I'm a studier. I transcribed my fight with Sage, like by the second, and I'd be
Yeah.
in the hotel just, okay, left, right.
She was practicing all the time.
That's what I
I
did.
love
on
it.
my
Well,
days
you know what? It turned out great. So it was all
You did
worth
your
it.
scenes fight is amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
the entire movie is phenomenal. Congratulations, guys.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited that people finally get to see this, and I'm definitely going back to theaters to see it again on the big screen.
Yes.
I can't wait. So thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
First of all, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Yes.
So last year, I saw this at Fantastic Fest. It was my favorite movie out of Fantastic Fest. I championed the heck out of it. Could not believe it was not picked up like that right out of the festival. But now it is, and
I
people are
know.
getting to see it. What does that feel like for you?
It feels so cool because we wanted to have just the right people supporting it and being able to get it out there. And I'm so excited because at Fantastic Fest, we just had the audience were so excited and into it. And I went, these are my people. And if my
Yes.
people are excited about it, other people who are these people will find it. And so I also think it's just having the theater going experience of hearing people gasp and go, no, they did not. Why are you doing that? That's what I wanted. And so I think it's landed where it's supposed to.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. This
Yeah.
is like, I'm telling you, like I said, it was my favorite out of the festival last year. And then I compared everything this year to it, and I was like, I need to stop. Because I was so excited because I knew it was coming out. So I think
Yeah.
it like went into my brain of like,
Yes.
guys, do you
Yes.
remember Bone Lake? It's finally coming out and it's so good. So I'm very excited for audiences to get to see it. I'm totally going to go to theaters and see it again with an audience because it's a great audience film, like you said. But I think between this and Barbarian, I don't think I'm ever renting an Airbnb like ever again.
No, I think
But,
it's just these fear that we have as humans of like, we go up to this place and what's like the most uncomfortable thing that could happen. And we've been called Barbarian's hornier sibling, which to me is the best compliment. I'm like, I love being the hornier sibling. Like, thank you so much because we start out in a similar place and we just take it in a totally different direction.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think it is about like Airbnb and like, you know, ending up with
Yeah.
somebody else there that is like inherently kind of terrifying?
Totally. I think it's because it's something that's a very current cultural phenomenon of most like anyone could find themselves in that situation and go, I would hate that. That would be uncomfortable. And so if we just kind of start at something where we go, that's relatable. Let's see where we go from here.
Yeah. What would you do if you went to, like you personally, you went into an Airbnb and other people are there? What are you doing?
I think I would I would become friends with them and find out all their deepest, darkest secrets because I would maybe want to mess with them too.
You're like, I'm totally not the same as most
I would be
people.
like, I'm bored. Let's go.
This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love it. I do want to talk about this cast because, I mean, the four of them, they're all so incredible. Can you talk about bringing them on and working with them?
Yeah, for sure. So Maddie was in my first movie, which was at TIFF, and I just knew I wanted someone in this role as well as Marco Pigossi. I wanted people who are just grounded, and we kind of have that ready or not energy going on
Yes.
where it's very campy and silly and ridiculous, but with our character, you just feel for what she's going through, and so I wanted that. And then with our other two characters, with Will and Sin, I wanted people who could just kind of have this fun, sexy vibe, but then just kind of get really big with it and to kind of just ramp up into that, and they do that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I love the moment I love in a movie when the moment when like things change
Yes.
like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, now people are growling at each other and, you know, imitating each other, making fun of each other, and there's blood, and I go, yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of blood in this.
Yes.
So I always wonder with like, especially like a more indie film, like how many chances, like times do you have that you can film something? Because I feel like once you clean everything up, like
Yeah.
you only have so
You
much
don't.
time and money.
Yeah, example, like, you know, we have stuff where things get stabbed through other things, and I get told, Mercedes, we might be able to stab it twice, but I don't know. And I go, okay, we'll rehearse the insertion of this weapon into this body part, and hopefully it goes well, and then it went well. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's really, it's a lot of planning. Like, it's a lot of shot listing because we have a little bit amount of time, and then just really spending the time on the horror moments that we need to.
Yeah. Is there something that you were like dreading, like you thought, oh no, I think this is not going to go well, but then it actually turned out really
Yes.
well?
The fights, well, not to spoil anything, something happens on a boat at the end of the movie. And shooting on an actual boat at night at like 3, 4 a.m. and just knowing this is the end of our movie, and there is so much pressure because I'm like, I need to have time to build up this moment. There's a moment at the end of the movie where they turn towards each other and we have a lot of looks and glances, and I just wanted to be able to have time to get that right. And there's actually lots of alts that exist of that ending.
Oh.
And it's, how do they feel about each other? Do they feel this way? Like, there's probably like 5 alts that exist of this ending that actually went and tested, and then we landed on this one. And so I'm like, this. And so I was always like, the entire time we're making this movie, I'm like, we have to get this right.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any chance people will see those alt endings?
Maybe.
That'd be fun. Like
It
a
would
little
be fun.
bonus, like,
Yes.
just watch the whole movie and then like the
Yes.
5 different endings or
Yeah,
whatever, you
exactly.
can click on them. That
Yeah.
would be cool.
I know, it would be cool. Yeah.
See, look, marketing. We're
Yeah.
giving you ideas right here.
Hey, guys. Yeah.
Exactly. So what initially drew you to this script?
Yeah, I like things that make me feel uncomfortable, but I'm kind of a ridiculous person, so I like to laugh and have a fun time with it. And I've made my other movies have been very serious in a way, and so I go, you know what? It's nice to people want to have fun, Stuff sucks right now, and people just want to go to the theater and have fun. And I think even just with horror too, we've kind of gone through this era where it's almost like you can see with Batman movies too, right? Where there's like the very campy version, and there's it takes itself very serious version, and then we come back into funny and fun, and we just kind of go through waves. And with horror movies too, I feel like we're in this like funny, fun wave.
Yeah.
And that's not to say there isn't other things, but I think people are ready for that again.
Oh, for sure. What is it do you think it is about horror that like makes people love it so much? Like speaking of Fantastic Fest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I think because there's a community, I don't know, as like a former goth emo kid, for me, I was always looking for people who realize that there's fucked up sad things happen in this world. And for me, when we talk about it, it actually makes me feel happier instead of sadder. Because it's kind of just a realization of that. But then I also think that there's a part of horror where you're able to see these extreme things happening and know that it's not happening and feel okay. Like I have a friend who's in the military, and she told me, she's like, Mercedes, I don't like horror movies. And I said, why? And she's like, I know what blood smells like. And I go, I understand that. That is not like your form of escapism. But so I think for a lot of people, it's like, if you are looking for something to make you feel unsafe, but you can be, in your snuggly cozy and feel that way,
right?
Then it's very fun.
Yeah. I mean, no, you're exactly right. And that's one thing I love about horror too, is my favorite thing about horror is watching it like this.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I know. That's when I know it's good. I'm just like,
because that's how I was at Fantastic Fest. I was like, oh God,
yes.
what's gonna happen next? This is crazy, but it's hot, but it's crazy.
No, exactly.
Like, how did you blend that? Because it really is very sexy, very erotic, but then also like terrifying at times, and somehow it comes together.
To me, those are kind of closely linked. Like, I think that, it's the difference of sex can be funny. I think it's just, we have this laughing reaction to it because it's something we're told not to talk about it for so long when we're kids. And it's the same as when a kid is told they can say fuck for the first time and they're like, oh, I love saying fuck. That's so fun. Or we're watching a sex scene. What is this? And so I think having this combination of sex and violence, people are just like, we're doing it. We're talking about it. We're watching it.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, this is, like I said, one of my favorites of recent years for sure. Definitely was my favorite out of the festival, and I can't wait for people to see it. But what are you excited for people to see?
Yeah. What other movies am I talking
Oh, no,
about?
like in this movie.
I am
that you can talk about.
Yes, there is this one scene where this certain weapon connects with this person, and it's at the climax of the movie, and then there's some puking that happens afterwards. And I am just excited for people to see that because every single theater experience I've had gets the biggest reaction out of people. And so I'm just excited for people to be able to have that shared theater experience.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a theater movie.
Yeah.
Like, I left the screening of it and then told everyone to go see the P&I screening the next morning at Fantastic Fest. I was like, guys, don't miss this movie.
Yes.
And I had so many people message me after and were like, nope, yep, you were right. And I was like, I told you, it's great.
But thank you for that. Like, we're an indie movie through and through. And so the way that happens is we have people who love it share word of mouth. And so that just really means a lot because, like, we're a contained movie and we're going big with it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much and congratulations. I'm so excited for people to finally get to see this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.